From Jonathan Maynard, jmaynard@finestfootwear.com. Subject: Response to your email. To Silva@madeinbrazil.com. Dear Mr. Silva, I want to apologize for not answering your email sooner. I've been on the road for the last few days, and I got back only yesterday. Although most of our shoes are imported directly from Asia, we are currently looking for new suppliers, such as ones in Brazil. I look forward to meeting you and discussing the various possibilities. Please email me as soon as you make your final travel arrangements to the United States so that we can set up a time for a meeting. Best regards, J. Maynard. Jonathan Maynard, Import Manager, Finest Footwear International.
Your friend sent you an e-card from graduationcards.com. Click on the cake to view it. Although you're out of sight, you aren't out of mind. And even though you're far away, I want to wish you a great graduation day.
From David Hamilton, dhamilton@unicore.com. Subject: Out of office reply for David Hamilton. To P. Smith@unicore.com. I will be out of the office from October 19th to 22nd and will not have access to email. For any urgent matters, please contact Sean_Taylor@unicore.com. David Hamilton.
To Olivia@megagoal.com. Subject: Visit you in Paris, November 15th. Hi, Olivia. How's work and how's Paris? Hope you're getting used to your new way of life and taking advantage of living in such a wonderful city. Guess what? I'm coming to France on vacation at the end of the month, and I'll be staying in Paris for a few days. I was wondering if you could put me up. However, I don't want to inconvenience you in any way. I'm used to sleeping anywhere. Let me know if it's all right if I stay with you. What's the weather like now? Last time I was in Paris, it was so rainy that I was soaked most of the time, in spite of my raincoat and umbrella. I'm really looking forward to seeing you again. Your best friend, Melanie.
I want to apologize for not coming to your graduation ceremony.
Don't worry. That's quite all right.
Congratulations. I wish you lots of success.
Thanks a lot. I'm looking forward to the new job.
1. Message on a voicemail system.
This is Michael Johnson. I'm calling on behalf of Mr. Kramer. I'm his assistant. Mr. Kramer is sorry, but he's not able to see you at the arranged time on Thursday. He asks if you could meet at the same time on Monday instead. Mr. Osman, would you call me at your earliest convenience so that we can confirm the new day for the meeting? My number is 972-555-9797. That's 972-555-9797.
2. Sabah's answer to Nawal's email on answering machine.
Nawal, it's Sabah. It was great to hear from you. I've been so busy these few months that I'm losing touch with most of my friends. I'm glad to hear that you're thinking of visiting New York. I guess you will be staying with your aunt. Please give her my regards when you see her and tell her I still remember that wonderful meal that she cooked for us during your last visit. By the way, a wonderful exhibition is on at the museum, and your favorite gallery has a new show on with very interesting work. But they are both very popular, so we need to make sure we get there in time to beat the crowds. Email me and let me know your plans, or you can call me. My new number is 212-555-0999. I'm looking forward to seeing you soon.
3. Omar about an invitation to a friend's house.
Hello? Hi, Ted. This is Omar. Is your brother in?
Sorry, Omar. Ron isn't home right now. He'll probably be back in a little while.
Can you give him a message, please? I was really looking forward to coming over, but I'm afraid I won't be able to make it. We have some relatives from Bahrain who are arriving tonight, and my parents asked me to keep my cousin company.
Why don't you bring your cousin along? I'm sure Ron won't mind.
That's really nice of you, Ted. I'll have to talk to my cousin first. I'll call back to let you know, and maybe Ron will be home then. I just want to check if he needs my game console. I'd be happy to bring it over for him.
4. Raymond is giving an excuse for not doing homework. Mr. Jenkins, please excuse me for not handing in my history project today. I was so sick that I spent all day Saturday and Sunday in bed. Although I wasn't feeling well, I tried to finish the project. The trouble was, as soon as I sat at the computer, my head started to spin, so I went back to bed. Is it okay if I hand in the project in a couple of days?
Send. Get. Letters.
Happy. Spam. Congratulations.
Wish. City. Interested.
Abdullah, thanks for inviting me to your graduation event. I was really looking forward to next Thursday night.
I've been planning this event for ages. You're coming, aren't you?
Well, Abdullah, I'm calling you up to explain. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make it.
No way. I refuse to accept that. I insist on your coming.
I'm sorry, I really am. You see, it's my uncle's wedding, and they're having the whole family over for dinner. They expect me to be there, and I can't let them down.
So sneak out as soon as the dinner's over.
I can't just walk out like that.
Of course you can.
Your ending. What does Abdullah go on to suggest? 1,
No one's going to notice.
2,
Tell your parents you're not feeling well and you're going to lie down.
3,
Be straight with your parents and tell them you have plans after dinner.
4.
Your idea.
From smoke signals to email, keeping in touch. From the Stone Age to the present, people have shown a desire to send messages to one another over long distances. In ancient times, according to one story, a chain of fires on mountaintops was used to relate the news of the fall of Troy to the people in Greece. In the past, native people in the Americas used smoke from fires to transmit messages. They developed a code in which certain combinations of smoke rising had special meanings. For example, 2 parallel columns of smoke indicated the successful return of a war party.
The ancient Greeks established lines of signal towers at mountaintops. At each one, a large fire was lit to transmit a signal to the next tower, and in this way, information was passed on through the land. Also, almost anything that makes a noise has been used for signaling. A kind of drum talk is still used in Central Africa today, although few who are not natives have been able to understand it. The sender uses a drum that can produce a high or low tone. Because the local dialect alternates in these tones, the sender is able to simulate speech with the drums.
In modern times, people have communicated by letter, telegraph, and telephone. But no one method has become as widespread as quickly as the use of email. The first email message took place in 1971. According to its sender, Ray Tomlinson, it was probably the following: QWERTYUIOP. What was significant about that? Nothing, really. This is just the top row of keys on an English language keyboard. Tomlinson was just testing out the system and using a nonsense message. He had no concept that he was going to start a revolution in communication. Tomlinson was one of a group of scientists who were working on developing better computers. The scientists at his site were able to send a message to a mailbox on the computer on their site. Other scientists could view the message in the mailbox. But there were other computers at other sites where scientists were working on the same project. Tomlinson's idea was to figure out a way to deliver messages to mailboxes on those remote computers. He used the @ sign to identify messages that were headed out of the local machine to the more distant ones. That was the start of the emailing system that we still use today. At first, the number of people on email was small, but by the end of the 20th century, there were 263 million email boxes. In the 21st century, that figure has grown to over 2 billion, and the functions of email services in the future will become more and more diversified. And text messaging on cell phones is also increasing, so people can, in effect, be in constant touch with people who are long distances away.
To Brian@megagoal.com. Subject: Back to school. Attachment: JPEG.200. Hi, Brian. How are you doing? Did you have a good summer? How's school? I guess you've just started again, right? Well, that's life. I am attaching a photo of us at the game. How do you like it? We look good, huh? This is our first week back, and everyone is trying to get used to getting up early, spending most of the day at school, then home, homework, etc. But we have some great plans for the weekend. We'll drive to the desert with my cousins and spend the night there. I wish you could come along. It would be so much fun. Guess what? My father promised to let me drive the Jeep in the desert. Isn't that cool? What about you? Any special plans for the weekend? Don't forget, it's your turn next summer. You are going to come to Saudi and stay with us. I'd better not talk about the summer now. Time to get organized and get down to homework. Give my best to your family. Idil. P.S. My teacher complimented me on my English. I told him I had spent 2 months practicing with my friend.